Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Atelier Ryza Aftershocks. Oh, I should have saved that for the next video when we probably will have finished the main story, but too late now. I'm the Mysterious JG.
Yeah, we can't restart the recording.
There's
I'm
no...
Lethal Feline.
it cannot be done. There's no way. It's beyond my capabilities. What wasn't beyond my capabilities was to play Lent's story off screen. I wanted to get some idea of just how much post-game content we were in for. And as a result, we can now fight the Dragon of Light at Meteor Castle. You will learn why in future videos. But it's much stronger than it was during Lent's episode. So
Spoilers!
Make sure you're well prepared.
I'm only guessing because I haven't seen that content. I'm guessing that Lent has to fight that by himself, which is why it would be more powerful.
You would be wrong, my friend, but you're close. He has to fight with someone whose presence would seem to be very little benefit. But it turns out it's actually pretty important because they can use items. At any rate, we called up the session last time because our plan was to, let's just finish this thing up. We're gonna just play on through, and then we were at the 45-minute mark and got one of these quests to go visit 8 different places in town. And it was like, okay, that's enough for 1 week. But another week has passed for us, general viewer, and we are ready to finish this adventure. We have beaten the final boss. We have beaten the post-story super bosses. This is like kind of a chill Return of the King style. Like, we gotta go have everyone kneel before the hobbits at the crowning of the King of Men, and then Samwise has to write the final chapters, and we just got a lot of that stuff happening. But eventually, folks, we will see some credits.
I mean, it's the typical thing.
Yeah. I don't mind. It's not like it's a sudden shift in pace. This game has always been a pretty chill, relaxed kind of deal. So it's not like suddenly we've had this massive shift in how things are going. We have already seen this dialogue, but we can look forward to finding out what everyone's crushes are. Maybe that'll be one of the DLCs.
Maybe. Now, I was going to say that it's fairly typical for anime after they beat the big bad. You got to have one more episode so you can have closure. And where are they now? We can't go back to the underworld. It is shut down. So it's always going to be 4 out of 5, much to JG's disgruntlement.
No, I really did think, hey, maybe I'll just off-screen find it, and then I was like, nah. Now, no, it is grayed out. We cannot ever get that. The Iron Bangle from Final Fantasy 13 is in fact sealed away in the underworld. We can buy one, but it won't be the one that we would have gotten out of that treasure chest.
It's not the one that gives you the achievement or trophy, excuse me, on this machine.
I will never get the gold "you have all the items" trophy. I promise you that. All right, Kirkenport's probably one of the places we got to go, so we can head there. I gotta miss that music. That music is cheery as fuck. The Atelier music. Fishing's been back to normal ever since that earthquake. Nothing to do with alchemy, that's for sure.
Well, if you're ever in need of anything, please feel free to go to the Ryza.
That's me. Like, I'm always volunteering my coworkers to help with things. I'm feeling fresh, dry, and secure. My underarms are clean as a whistle.
Lila, it's time to go.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is really happening, huh?
It's happening. Roll out the Ron Paul gifts.
Right. Goodbye, everyone. We have to sail across the sea to, wherever the hell elves go.
Yes, goodbye, girl that I've never known and has no name.
I must go to Valinor? Is it Valinor? JG thinks it's Valinor.
It's Valinor.
Bye-bye.
Have the fish returned the leg?
What is that, like a code? The condor flies at midnight.
Could be. They certainly have. Living things are quite simple. As long as the environment is right, they will always return, even if they are extinct.
Like Trump voters, they are simple and will always return. It looks like everything here has been cleaned up nice and tidy.
Then shall we go?
Apparently they are walking away from the sea.
We gotta go get their tickets first, for the boat.
Okay, kid run up to us, disappear, respawns, runs up to us, disappears again. Makes sense.
There's no logic to ghosts.
Yeah. Oh man, alchemy ingredients! Lethal! I gotta get him! No, no. We have alchemized our last thingy. Young lady, if you try yet, I'm talking about the pudding, of course. It's the pudding. Please don't be fooled into thinking that these conversations are more important now. So, Ryza District, Bowden District, Kirkenport, Vernon Manor, Valence. Yeah, we got to pretty much hit all the stops here, looks like.
All the place where people with real names are.
Yeah.
So where are we going next, JG?
Well, I'd like to go to the underworld and get that last thing, but instead we will be going to Trep Hill, which may be the only place we weren't supposed to go now that I think about it.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I can't see this being the completion. We'll probably go to all the places and you have to go back to the Atelier.
Okay, that's it for today. Hey, you're not worn out, are you? I need you to take care of things while I'm gone.
I'll do my best, even though I'm not going to be in the next game, apparently.
Look, we thought you were going to die violently. This is actually a pretty good ending for you.
I'm dying all the same, boss.
But you weren't shredded by a dragon. I mean, you know...
I might as well have been killed by Ryza at this rate.
Well, that can still be arranged. In the new the Ryza DLC.
You really seem to be taking this seriously.
He might not be a great fighter, but he needs to have some skill if he's going to be Father's bodyguard.
Yeah, but how's your dad been since, the troubles? I mean, everything that's happened.
Since the troubles? Well, he does regret formerly supporting the IRA, but now that it's all over. I told him he needs to prove he's more than just hot air and start working harder. I think that motivated him. It's nothing like your teenage son who's never worked a day in his life telling you that you're lazy.
I'm sure he can work hard when he wants to. So, are you coming to the party?
Len threatened to drag me there by my hair if I didn't.
Good. So I'll consider that your RSVP. I'm glad that you two are so honest with each other.
Yeah, JG's not going to repeat that thing. It weirded him out. Weirded out Lee the last time, vis-a-vis basements. And off they go.
Well, I'm just going to stay here. Bye, everybody. I didn't get invited.
Yeah, no one wants you at the party. Look, just take something out of the fact that you didn't die horribly.
Again, boss, I might as well be dead. I don't get to go to a party.
He's just a sad little fellow.
I need screen time to live. Whenever the camera's not on me, boss, I am dead.
It's
how
like,
it works in this world.
It's like that Tenchi in Tokyo girl. Like when Tenchi's not there, she is in a silent black void waiting for Tenchi. Oh, I knew our guests would leave someday, but the little troublemakers too. It's gonna get lonely around here.
I don't feel that lonely. Well, maybe just a little, but...
Thanks for waiting. Gosh, the town office is such a pain. All I needed was the exam application. But there were these two blues musicians who were trying to do something at the assayer's office, so there were 1 million cops outside the building. It was really a pain. So you're going to study abroad with boss, huh? If you told me that 6 months ago, I would have laughed out loud. Well, I'm not leaving anytime soon. We got DLCs first. I still have stuff to work hard and pass the exam to get scholarships and stuff. Because, I'm not a rich son of a bitch like boss.
You can read the Clink Kingdom's language, so I'm sure that you'll pass. Anyway, it's time to celebrate. Also, you have glasses, therefore you want some...
You make a good point about that Clink Kingdom language thing. Like, I can tell them it reads whatever the fuck I want. They won't know.
So what does this one say? Oh, this one says there was once a man from Nantucket. And what else does it say?
This one says that Tao will be your future king.
It doesn't really say that, does it? Get the other expert.
No, I'm afraid it really does say that. And it says that his Grand Vizier will be Empel, who must also be given millions of dollars.
Wait, why is he passing you a bribe right now? Heading to your friend's going away party, the Ryza?
Yeah, please don't say that you need my help with something around this place. I want to be a deadbeat daughter like always.
No, that's not it. It's just, how to put this politely?
What is it, Dad? I don't like when you make that face. You know, your dad face.
She's just really hostile towards her own dad today.
It's his way of trying to cheer you up. He can tell you're doing your best not to cry.
No, that's not true. Come on, Dad.
We're your parents. You can't hide that kind of thing from us.
I guess. Anyway, I'm not gonna cry. I'll be fine. But thank you anyway.
You've never been able to hide anything from us, despite you spending the last 6 months or so consistently escaping for lengthy adventures on the mainland.
Then go and have your fun. We'll be here when you get back.
I know this isn't an official event, but please don't cause any trouble for the alchemist, okay?
She's the alchemist.
I won't, Mom. God, jeez. Goodbye. I'm just gonna run to the bottom of the steps.
Right.
Then I'll go fast travel.
Well, I can't fast travel to her room, so I guess we need to figure out where we're meant to go. Rosin District, Bowden, Kirkin. Oh, we haven't been to the Valence residence to visit with Bruce Valance.
I don't think we've been to the Bowden district either.
I thought we did, but maybe we didn't.
I mean, who did we meet there? We went to Kirkenport first. Who would we actually talk to here? Like Fresher or Barbara or Lent's dad?
I think this is where we met with Tao and what's her face.
Oh, okay. That was last time. That's why I don't remember.
All right. But Valence Manor is the big one over this way. Here.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's a big one. I guess I'll take me one of the big ones. Mm-hmm.
What was that supposed to mean?
French fried potatoes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if she had a little brother, I would definitely make her little brother talk like Sling Blade guy. Carl Childers, I guess his name was.
You've taken such good care of my daughter, and in a way, me as well.
Well, no, I should thank you. You were a huge part of people recognizing me as an alchemist, and you also gave me a place to spend my gold coins.
You are so not an alchemist that by comparison, I appear to be a great alchemist. I hope you and my daughter will remain friends, no matter where we may end up. Because I'm planning to take her really, really far away from here.
Absolutely.
We're planning to return to my wife's resting place so Claudia can play her flute for her. We're hoping it doesn't turn out to be some kind of like reanimator flute that brings my wife back as a hellish zombie.
That would be kind of weird. All right. Well, I'm sure that she'll want to stay with you on your travels after that. It just makes sense.
Yeah, you mean Claudia, not my zombie wife, right? Okay. Perhaps, but you'll always have our support. Alchemist Ryza Stout, aka the Ryza.
Thank you. I'm gonna smile now.
There is I'm ready, let's go. Ikuzo, and all that.
All right. Well, sayonara, sucker.
Auf Wiedersehen, schmuck.
He's doing his best. He doesn't know Japanese.
Because that's what we speak on this island of, anime people.
Of Japan.
This is
Also
not
known as
Japan.
Japan.
This is not Japan.
It's an island nation.
It's
Therefore, Japan.
It's Zapangu.
Right, so now we must return to the Atelier, Ryza.
Then return. Yeah, it does say that. Return to the Atelier. Which is where the party is happening, I suppose.
I mean, that's the subtitle of the game.
Atelier Ryza and the secret party.
All right.
What are you doing here? This isn't where you're supposed to be.
Either we've missed a place, or we need to go outside.
No, we might as well go outside first, but I'm thinking we just hit all the locations in the town again.
All right.
We need to talk to the Poonie. That's what's happening. All right.
Zrozin's where we talk to their parents.
Yeah. No, I figured at this point, this would be our little farewell tour. We can just, like, actually run through the freaking map of the town. Say goodbye, because the next game will not be set on Kirkin Island.
We're going to head to the mainland forever. We'll never see Mom and Dad again. We won't hear Mom's soothing voice ever again.
I don't know, man. We could probably communicate with them, use, like, a bubble cannon to send letters.
One moment, I'm gonna alchemize the telephone. Also an Amazon drone to give my mom and dad a telephone.
Steeple Reservoir. It said that like I've never been here before.
Now it's just because you rubbed up against it. Oh, we actually have a thing that tells us where to
we
go.
have an objective, and we also have a Lent. I happened to spot Lila the other day, and she had a huge load of sweets in her arms. I broke out in a cold sweat when I saw that. For reasons that might make sense if you've been paying more attention to the side quest content than JG has.
Apparently, she beats him with those. It is over here to talk, see Len's dad.
That's good. I was kind of hoping the anime does more with him than the game does. I was kind of hoping he'd get some kind of ending.
Mm-hmm. He said he wanted to become some kind of knight errant. Did you put that idea into his little noggin?
I don't even know what that is. How the hell am I going to put that in there?
Why do you have to sound so dismissive and macho?
It wasn't me. I was surprised as anyone when he told me. It was all him, trust me, or maybe Agatha. All him, huh? Remember how much of a crybaby he used to be. Now he's signing stuff all on his very lonesome.
Crybaby. Can't even play blitzball, you little punk.
Not that I would ever want to be compared to you, but wandering the land does sound like fun.
You got one hell of a mouth on you, kid. But it's your life. Do as you want.
I will. And maybe I'll drop by when I feel like it.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you no good little punk. That's probably as close to a happy ending as these two are going to get.
Says he's just an old jaded bastard. Or actually, let's try it again.
Where's Lynn? That beats the hell out of me. Probably wandering around somewhere getting into trouble, becoming some kind of errant knight.
Where could he be? Let me see. Thinking. Ah, this sounds like it's loading up something.
Mm-hmm. Everyone knows that we've seen Len's dad, Samuel. Let's see. For some reason, I just forgot how to do Ryza's voice all of a sudden,
I was like,
this
I was like,
climactic moment.
I was like, is this one of those like they show Ryza, but it's like Lent talking moments? No, it says Ryza.
No.
All right. Da-da-da. Here's the guest of honor, boss. You thought it was me, right? Because it's my Atelier. No, it's this guy. So what you think of Atelier de Ryza?
Not bad for something you came up with.
Still full of attitude, huh? Anyway, with that out of the way, I'd like to begin a group going away party for everybody and wish for a bright future for everybody as well.
A bright future for everyone except Lumbar, because we don't care about him.
Hey! He's looking through that window back there.
Even Empel is sincere in this moment. Or Lila, I mean. You know, we've spent so much time talking about us. We never thought to ask, How does Lumbar feel about this situation?
Huh? What's up?
What are you gonna do now, the Ryza? Are you planning to stay here on the island, alone and friendless?
Oh, well, as this village's resident alchemisto, I already have a plan.
I'm gonna open up a series of Atelier franchises.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's hear it.
First, I predict that this island will lose power again in 100 years. So I need to deal with that. First, I need to live 100 years. Next, I'll develop a new desalination equipment and build as many of those as I can. Then, I'll figure out some way to stabilize the island. Can't have it just floating all over the place.
I thought islands just floated on water, Lethal.
How does that all sound?
That sounds all well and good, but you don't actually have a plan, do you?
Womp, 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 womp.
Nope. I'm figuring out as I go along. It's all part of my goal. If I can figure it all out quickly, maybe I can leave this here island. Get all my, goals will be done here. But until then, I'm gonna stick around. I need to protect the ordinary days of everyone here, since everyone's so capable.
Well, I think you'll do just fine, the Ryza. Now that the quasi-capable companions of yours are gone, you will definitely be the most capable person on the island. You think? I know she'll do just fine. Suddenly bosses Mr. Happy Pants.
Hey, stop interrupting and being facetious, boss. I'm not fool. I'm Alice.
Oh, I cannot take a screenshot now. Okay, that's good to know.
Don't
I
worry.
pressed that.
Don't worry, the
I
Ryza.
printed the screen.
Okay.
Don't worry, the Ryza. I know you'll fix everything and leave the island in no time. I'm sure of it. You'll put this sad place behind you. And then we can travel together. Father would be happy for you to join us. Or it can be just me and you. Those are the only two options. You are not traveling with these guys and not me. I will not have that.
I see. I guess that sounds kind of nice. But then we can capture Lent and track down Imperial Island.
What do you mean?
Cal can go ahead and spin on it. I don't care.
What do you mean capture Lent? What the hell?
I got this here Pokeball. And then we'll kidnap Tao and boss from the capital under the cover of darkness. And have another party just like today, without Lumbar.
But it's, yeah, like in all seriousness, Lumbar's a perfectly nice guy. I don't.
It's true, I am.
Oh, I didn't know he was listening. I've never said that. Capture? How do you plan to do that? Of course, if anyone could find a way, it would be you. He's some kind of alchemy trap, you know?
Well, first thing what I do is alchemize a clothes hamper, and then I put like a peanut butter and jelly under it. Then you get under there and clatter around, and I get all got it.
And then I capture you with a clothes hanger. Yeah, I can see it now. I certainly wouldn't put it past her.
I might take you upon that, assuming that we're not too busy doing alchemist things.
Perhaps buying Lila some slightly less sexy clothes. I don't think we gotten a full look at Lila's outfit like this one, assuming I'm allowed to share this on the YouTubes.
You aren't.
And if we are busy, we'll force you to join us. We also have access to coat hanger and sandwich technology.
My eyes again. The white flashes.
And here at last, by the shores of the sea, our fellowship comes to an end.
If we happen to miss you in our travels, would it be okay if we dropped in here? Like fast travel?
Aww. We're just all gonna stare at you creepily. We don't have dialogue.
I've been to town. This Atelier Ryza is our secret hideout, just like the subtitle.
And thus,
Mars!
Ryza stayed behind to write the final chapter. as Empel and Lila took Bilbo to Valinor, and Lent becomes the king of men, and Tau gets, whatever he does, and on an ordinary
back to the
island called
Shire.
Gurgen. In an ordinary village called Rasenbaden. Riesenblasen. Oh, it's probably meant to be the RZA reading this, actually.
Yeah. Oh well. Let me help you with that, Agatha. I lived an extraordinary life.
No,
And I
that's
read
right.
my own lives.
I'm narrating this. I lived an extraordinary life.
And I fought to protect an ordinary one. That's your house.
Wow. That is rude.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Rosalind Stroud, rather, but everyone calls me the RZA. I'm a normal father, a farmer's daughter, and an alchemisto.
You ever heard the one about the farmer's daughter?
Yep, it's all about me.
I got a flute.
In my atelier, surrounded by things that I found, my adventure and the things that alchemy taught me.
My friends faded from existence because of a time warp that I accidentally created.
When I alchemized a time paradox. That's why I go to sepia tone a little bit before they disappear.
You see, I accidentally broke up my parents because I took my mom to the high school dance and she liked me. So then I had to travel back and fix it.
I might seem kind of bored to some people. We won't talk about them. Let's start another wonderful exciting day.
People who don't think that thick thighs save lives might not see the point of all this.
Under the deep blue sky and the summer sun, I look out into the distance far, far away. And then I lose my sense of sight because the sun's out there, yo.
Once again, we have the sun exploding in the sky. At least it's not flashing.
It's not like those terrible unigames. All right, well, this appears to be some kind of credit sequence.
It's got to be. And
Before the credit.
there's the first appearance of that goddamn donut. I was waiting to find out what's the thing with Empel and donuts. That never really became clear to me. I guess there's 2 more games and a DLC.
Yeah, maybe we'll learn in the Impel DLC, which probably exists. Clouds.
There I was, just staring at the sun again.
We actually have English lyrics, my goodness.
Rosalind Stout, Lethal Feline, Claudia Valence, Mysterious JG.
Yeah, my Japanese name is Yuri Noguchi, just by the way. Pretty alright game, of course not terribly challenging, other than those last bosses, as far as I can discern. It's really just making the equipment. Just a lighthearted adventure with, the RZA and friends.
It very much allows you to dive in and 100% and get all the shit, and doesn't really make you do any of that. Like we hit brick walls where I just had not done anything to make our equipment better in a long time, and then we would make our equipment better, and then we would be fine. And all the stuff that was really crushing us, like the fairy ladies on thrones are optional bosses, and the magical island of level 99 Poonies, that's meant for people who want to min-max. Like, you don't have to do it, which I think is your best game design for these things. Allow for min-maxing, don't force people to do it. Good combo.
Yep. It's not the deepest game, but I don't think it has to be, Got some very nice art direction, like you see there. I did like the environments. They were better than a lot of the Tales of games, mostly because a lot of those games just copy and paste entire dungeons sometimes.
Yeah. The action portion of the game, I guess the dungeons could have been more interesting, but this whole game felt like a chill, just relax and kind of play your way through an Animu adventure. Which, I mean, a lot of games are like that, but I haven't played a game where the world threat was like this late to be announced and this kind of chill since Breath of Fire 3, where you're literally like 85% of the way through the game when it's like, oh, and by the way, the world's going to get destroyed unless you deal with this thing.
Yeah, just start with Ryza wanted to have a, adventure of any kind of description. It could have been anything. They could have gone bowling, and it probably would have been satisfactory.
I think it makes a big difference that the character designs were appealing and the characters' personalities were kind of fun, because this rests very heavily on you liking the Ryza. Like, if you don't like the Ryza, it's not like, oh, I don't like Titus, but Final Fantasy X is a fantastic story. No, if you don't like the Ryza, this game is a whole lot of Ryza.
Mm-hmm. Well, going past the game, I have enjoyed this little adventure, mostly because I've been able to do a lot of stupid voices in this one.
Yeah.
Of all the voices, I think I've enjoyed doing this one the most, so it's unfortunate that Mr. Moritz hasn't shown up more often.
I don't know, I mean, you could reassign it. In the next game, I'm sure. Well, in the next game, there will be a little female compatriot who hangs out with Tao. She could talk like a Lumbar.
She could talk. Well, that was in Lumbar's voice.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was that was Boss's dad. Mm-hmm. Who also had a voice.
We can always have more Lumbar. Come on.
Lumbar can be like this ghostly presence that haunts Boss. Although Boss is going to be in the second game. I don't think he's a huge deal though. But
What do you mean I'm not a huge deal? I'm Boss. The Brennan family demands.
Anyone can just show up and suddenly comment on what's happening. That's the nature of these games. But no, like... Go ahead. All right. But like, my favorite character is a voice act disappearing for long stretches is my biggest annoyance with these games. Like when back in Tales of Symphonia, when after What's-His-Face left the party, I had to stop doing my Liquid Snake voice for a big chunk of game, and it's like everyone except me knew that plot twist was coming because I'd never played Symphonia. But I'm like, oh wait, he's evil and is leaving the party for a long time, but he was my favorite character to voice.
I mean, there's some nuance to it, him being evil.
But yes. But we're not talking about that. And he got to come back in this game as Impel.
Yes, I did. Impel was very enjoyable to voice as well. He also has a very interesting character in that he is an alchemist who's just sort of like disabled effectively for a good portion of the story. So he just acts as a mentor to the Ryza, who apparently just has a natural ability to think up alchemy, because that's how you do it. You just like envision it, think about it, and then it happens. Not everyone can do that.
I liked the fact that Impel was essentially, like you say, was he literally disabled or was he just greatly impaired? Like it's not super clear how much he was capable of before she got him that sort of hand thing that helped with his injury. But that after that point, he's just like, no, I just prefer letting you do the work. Like, that was great. He doesn't suddenly start doing a bunch of alchemy and helping us out. It's just like, but they don't ignore that either. It's not like, oh, you fixed it so that he can do alchemy, and we're never going to address the fact, well, you have to do everything. There's one or two scenes where he just clearly says, I just find it a lot more enjoyable to let you do the work.
I can see it again somehow.
And she starts whistling, hoping Titus will return, but Lulu says it's time to address the people of Spira.
What?
I might be thinking of something else.
Deteriorating.
Gonna say we had some a splash of tears there.
Aww.
A unique effect only for that particular scene.
I mean, for her, it's kind of a sad ending. Like, they make it as upbeat as they can, but everybody except her has something to go to. They could have really easily made that a bittersweet ending, and instead they're just like, meh.
I mean, this entire game is an allegory just for growing up, so this is her graduation and everyone else's, so people are going to college, they're getting jobs, heading out into the world, and she eventually will too, probably.
Well, we will see in future games. For now, we can create our... I probably should have read that. But
Your clear data?
Our clear data. I'm not going to do anything with it. This would be fantastic if, for example, I could now do charismatic difficulty.
The hell does that even mean?
I would think... That sounds like narrative story, like the Mass Effect games give you a story difficulty where it's just like, yeah, the game wins itself. You just make the story decisions.
It's weird that they'd unlock that after you play the game, but okay, whatever.
That's what the name suggests, but logic suggests it's probably harder than very hard. Either way, whatever. I don't know that I will ever be finding out what that is. Oh, but we have a new titular screen. No pun intended.
It looks like Lent's about to slam Tao into the ground.
Lent's setting up his big electric chair drop finishing maneuver.
Exactly.
And false count anywhere, folks. You can pin him in the middle of the grass field. This video went 35 minutes, so I think we made the right call throwing in the towel 45 minutes into the previous video that was supposed to wrap up the story. But when we come back next time, there are a variety of little short character-centric stories that we're going to do, just to kind of extend the trip to Valinor, and we'll be picking that up next time.
See you then.
Bye, folks.